So that was one training session done, the end of your first week's prep for the Olympia?
Yeah, it's we're just trying to work now on with Mike some my weaker body parts, and hamstrings, back and chest, really the three areas that we highlighted, wasn't it? So in particular now I want to really work on my hamstrings, so I'm going to be working with Mike every week on at least hamstrings, and hopefully now next week we'll start 2 sessions a week. We'll do like a chest and a back session as well as hamstrings and calves.
Cool, yeah, and so obviously your diet is not obviously like really low at this point.
No, I mean it's as I was saying earlier, my diet for the last 8 weeks has been fairly atrocious. So I've cleaned everything up this week now, and my day really consists of oats and pro-peptide in the morning with a yogurt, and then I'll have 2 scoops of pro-recover and a scoop of pro-peptide. I have 200 grams of chicken and around about 50 grams of rice. That's dry weight rice, and then I'll have that again, and then I'll either have a baked potato and steak, sort of around about 5 o'clock-ish. 6 o'clock then is my egg meals, so I have 5 or 6 whole eggs, 2 slices of whole wheat toast, and then before bed I'll have oats and pro-peptide again. So I'm eating a fair amount of food.
Yeah, good.
I'm just trying to introduce a bit of fruit this week as well. I mean, my conditioning has, well, I've only been 4 days into the diet, I have seen quite a dramatic improvement in the last 4 days, just in how I feel generally, fullness. You know, the water that was holding my body has kind of dissipated as I've increased my.
Well, definitely, I'd say you're ahead of the game at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I did a 9-week prep for my last show, and I was ready kind of probably 5 to 7 days out from there. So I think with 11 weeks this time we're going to be ready a couple of weeks earlier.
Good, yeah. And no cardio at the moment?
No cardio. I want to try and keep that to a minimum as long as possible. The time that I'm going to be showing improvements in my conditioning, I don't see the point in throwing something else into the mix just for the sake of doing it.
Definitely, that's right.
I think if we can leave as many things to the end as possible, then obviously if there is still more to come off, then any kind of stimulus we put in at the end is going to have a dramatic effect. But I think what I do need to do this week now is get an idea of what my body weight is, because I haven't weighed myself in probably 3 or so weeks. So I need to know where I am as far as my body weight goes, and then I will keep an eye on my body weight every week, and if it's falling too quickly then up my calories. If it's not falling quickly enough, then perhaps put some cardio in. And just play each week by,
Yeah, more or less you did for your the Grand Prix prep.
I think being instinctive worked really well, and with the help of yourself and Howard as well. He gave me the confidence to eat more food when it was needed, and to perhaps back off and have a low carb day when he felt I needed that. So
great.
So the system's going.
Excellent. So be quite happy to do this sort of once a week, so everyone can see how your prep's going on.
I think it'd be good for me as well, just to perhaps after next week we can do some posing as well.
Brilliant.
So we can see exactly where I am.
Excellent.
Good.
Superb. Thanks, James.
Nice one. Cheers, Mike.